It's all about power. That's what he says. That's what Bryan Callen is going to tell you about California politics right now, and probably politics all around the country. In response to COVID-19, what we're doing, staying inside, giving up our rights, it's about power. It's about government intervention, about government overreach and outreach and stretching out the limbs of power themselves so that they will exist. They'll stay. And when the COVID goes away, when the virus is gone, we'll all be stuck looking at a government that's much bigger than it ever was, and it will never shrink. And that's what we're talking about here. So listen to Bryan Callen, because he is smarter than he looks, and he'll tell you exactly what we all have been thinking for months, which is even celebrities, even the comedians, even the really smart intellectual dark web types, they're all aware of this. And they'll talk about it later. The freedom caucus versus the lockdown people. You have the lockdown versus the freedom people. And if you're team freedom versus team lockdown, obviously all of these guys are team freedom. That's why they're talking about this. But anyways, check it out. I hope you learned something about how these guys see California politics. And look at how many times Joe shuts this down in a couple of minutes. You'll see in other clips too. But it seems like each one of these three guys wants to bring something up, and Joe keeps kind of going, let's go talk about that. So anyways, this is the second clip, but there'll be a few more. Check it out.
Power right now. The larger issue, I think, is that you have people in power, especially and I'm sorry, but I feel this way about Eric Garcetti and Gavin Newsom. And a lot of the people around him who have this arbitrary executive control to make decisions that affect all our lives and destroy businesses, maybe irreparably, with some health bureaucrats, by saying, well, you know what, everybody has to wear mandatory. We're going to mandate masks, and we're going to extend this now that we flatten the curve. And by the way, the hospitals in Los Angeles are empty. Our health system is not overrun, and we have flattened the curve.
Every
but you know what?
empty.
Take a seat for another 3 months. Take a seat for another.
Oh, and then
3
snitch
months.
on your neighbor. They just tweeted that out.
Not just snitch on your neighbor, but snitch on businesses.
Who are still conducting business.
This is unprecedented, and I think this is executive overreach. And it was challenged in Wisconsin and overturned, in my opinion, rightly so.
And Illinois.
We'll see now as these states open, we'll see if the death toll climbs. But we know that this is a disease that threatens people with underlying and severe morbidities, and
just
people
like
who are much older. So doesn't it make sense to target quarantine? Can't we quarantine people who are, like, say, 70 and over?
You're speaking logic, Brian.
Yeah, no, none of this has logic.
We're dealing
There's
with
no logic
but
in
we're
any
dealing
of
with
this.
ideology. I'm sorry, I'm amazed, and I think, you want to hear what I think? I think even people like the CNN and Garcetti and these people, I think they're really interested in restructuring society.
Yes,
I think
and
this
getting
is about
Trump
power.
out at all costs.
I think it's about power.
Destroying the economy.
Dude, Russia, they're going, you motherfuckers, this is what we've been trying to do this whole time.
We're becoming
and now
like
you guys
China.
are doing it. Oh, dude, in Russia, they're loving it.
How do you think they want to restructure it? Like, if you were just guessing.
Well,
Anders Jocko's a great
New World
fight
Order?
What I think is this. So when you keep an economy shut down long enough, you have to look at this $3 trillion stimulus package. That's $3,000 billion. 3,000.
You always do that.
Yeah, but it's important to know.
It's crazy to
how big it
realize
is.
that.
Okay,
It's a lot of money.
It's $3 trillion, and what happens with government? What you're doing is really essentially trying to spend your way out of a problem. What that really means, though, is government has to take over these aspects of the economy and your lives that they didn't before. And I think this is about power. I think this is about the expansion of government. And I really do think.
Did you see Garcetti's quote? We talked about on the way up here, but they should see it. Garcetti had a quote that we have to wear masks, and if we do the right thing and wear masks, we'll get back some of our freedoms.
Yeah, that's one man.
But just
one man.
But imagine just saying it that way. Get back some of our freedoms. Like, you can't take away freedoms.
We can recall.
It's constitutional.
You know what a big
Especially on
problem
something
is?
like this. It's simple. Mayor Garcetti orders Angelenos to wear masks whenever leaving home.
We can recall him. You just need. I think you need
See your cup,
330,000 signatures, petitions.
Let's do it. Let's get together and recall him. Let's do
need
what we
to
can
recall the man.
I'm down. Let's do it.
And in my opinion,
I don't think
Let's
they
recall
know
that motherfucker.
I don't think they know how to let go of power. And I think
nobody does.
I think this is not the same argument that we had 2 months ago when we entered into this. No. That argument was, we have to stop this thing because it kills a giant percentage of the population. It's going to run through us.
33 million. Remember that shit?
And
33
it turns out,
million.
look, it's horrible if you get it, but if you get it, for the most part, you're probably going to be asymptomatic or are not going to have bad symptoms.
98% recovery rate.
Just like the
But
flu.
it doesn't take. But the problem is, it sounds callous to say that, right? Because what about someone who lost someone who had it? What
People
about someone
die
who,
all the time from the flu or heart attacks.
Make motorcycles illegal.
Check this out.
Make
Let me
motorcycles
ask
You want
you
some
a
whiskey? You
question.
want to step your game up? Or
Hey,
what do
let
you
me
want
ask
to
you a
do?
question.